Arena here in Birmingham and to the 1995 Gladiator Heats. Well, many of this year's contenders have said time and time again how tough they've found it rehearsing for the actual show. Well, they've seen nothing yet, because tonight they're going to have to dig really deep as they face the real thing.
That's right, and also every year the prizes get bigger and bigger, and this year they are big. £5,000 cash, a fabulous holiday for two on the Paradise Islands, wait for it, in the Bahamas. So, if that's not enough, also a fabulous four-wheel drive, off-the-road family vehicle.
And of course, our two runners-up won't walk away empty-handed. They'll each take home £2,000. So let's meet the people who are playing. Tonight, they are Melanie Blewett
and Tracy Fulford.
You look very relaxed. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do and where you're from.
I come from Whitstable and I'm a market trader.
And I understand you've got two children?
Yes, they're here today. Ronnie's 17 and my son who's 13, Shannon.
Goodness me, 17 and 13. Well, you don't look old enough, you really don't. Tell us a little bit about market trading and what you have to do for that.
It's quite a nice business because you're out in all weathers. When the sun shines, it's nice. When it's wet, it's not so nice.
I bet it isn't.
No.
What sort of training have you done for Gladiators? I understand you've been undertaking some very special training.
Well, since I've been picked to be on the Gladiators, I've been training in a really nice establishment, Canterbury Nick. And I also train at Whitstable Gym, which I have for a long time. And the PTIs there have really put me through it.
I bet they have, and you have to be very fit, of course, to be on Gladiators. Any last thoughts before you go off and prepare for the first event?
Yeah. If you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly!
Melanie Blewett!
OK, Tracy, what do you do for a living?
Well, I don't work. I'm a mother of 4 children.
4 children? Are they here tonight?
Yeah, they certainly are.
And what are their age ranges?
The oldest one's 9 and the youngest one's 2.
So today you're going to be doing it for all the housewives out there?
Certainly am, yeah, all the housewives. Hardest job. It's the hardest job.
Well, certainly there's a few here anyway. And what do you do in your spare time, if you have any spare time?
Well, I don't really have much spare time. I just try to fit me a bit training in, get away from the kids for a couple of hours. I do some weight training and step aerobics, a bit running. That's about it. I like karaoke as well, so that's one of my favourite things to do.
So you sing, do you?
Just a little bit.
So promise us, if you win, you're going to sing us a song.
Well, I might do that, yes, definitely.
That'll do us. OK, off you go. Get yourself ready. Here's your for Tracy.
So while the girls prepare for their first game, let's meet the guys. They are Jeff Kenyon
and Brian Richardson. Come on, Brian.
Sounds like you've brought 1 or 2 friends there. Where are these people from?
Most of them from Blackpool.
Is that where you're from?
That's right, yeah.
What do you do there?
I'm a pool supervisor at Flippers Leisure Club in Blackpool.
Oh, there's a few people from there as well. What do you do during the day?
Well, mainly things you do on a pool side, lifeguarding, testing the chemicals in the water, basically keeping everybody happy.
Well, that sounds good. And you're obviously very fit, because what did you do before that?
I was a paratrooper in the RAF for 3 years. I then went to work on the QE2 as a personal fitness trainer.
Oh, goodness, that must have taken you to some glamorous resorts and places.
Yeah, well, I travelled to Bermuda, went to New York several times, and travelled around the Mediterranean as well.
Terrific. And now you're in Birmingham. What do you think?
It's great. I'm just can't believe how many people there are, and I can't wait to get going. I've trained so hard.
Well, I'll let you go off and prepare for the first event. Jeff Kenyon!
Now, Brian, are you a family man?
I am, John, yes, and I've got my wife and all the family here today. All supporting me.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm in the Royal Navy. I'm a Chief Petty Officer, physical trainer in the Royal Navy. At the moment, I'm based up in Scotland.
So you're not sailing around all over the world?
Oh, not yet. I'm due to join aircraft carrier Invincible very shortly, and I'm away warmer climes, I think we'll say.
Where are you going to be going? Somewhere exotic?
Yes, I've got a Mediterranean cruise sorted out later.
Where?
Well, just off the coast of Bosnia, I expect we'll be...
To Bosnia, you're one of the few, are you?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. We'll be out there sorting a few things out, yeah.
Well, don't worry about that. We'll be all behind you. So what do you do in your spare time?
Not a lot, really. I play a lot of uckers and do a lot of hurdling and stuff like that, yeah.
All unusual sports?
Oh, yes, yeah, very unusual sport. And we'll tell you more about uckers later on, John, if you want.
Great stuff. Off you go. Get yourself ready, Brian.
So now we've met our contenders, let's kick off with event number 1.
So the ladies are ready, and it's a Tracy! And she's going to be pursued by Vogue!
Let's kick off our brand new series with one of our brand new gladiators. This is Vogue, and she looks good to me.
And then Melanie! And she's going to be pursued by Zodiac! Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Our very own Judge Dredd, referee John Anderson, starts the first event of the 1996 Gladiator season. Tracy Fulthorpe is in yellow. Unbalanced a little there. She's got rookie Gladiator Vogue on her tail. And Melanie Blewett in pink is being pursued by Zodiac. First contender across the finishing line notches up 10 points, second gets 5, unless, of course, the Gladiators catch them or they incur penalty points. And market trader Melanie making hard work of it. Mother of 4 Tracy working hard and, well, heaving herself into the lead. And Tracy over the low wall. And Melanie in trouble at the moment. Zodiac is getting on her. Look at that. She's dived on her and tagged her. A star performance from Zodiac. Meanwhile, Tracy is making up ground. And she's clearly on for a comfortable win. And look at that. Scrambling under the web trap is still Vogue. Tracy, plenty of time to size up the second web trap. Tramples it down with contempt. A baptism of fire this for Vogue, making a television debut against such a convincing contender. Tracy Fulthorpe, a good win, a great start.
Well done, Tracy. Congratulations. Tell me, what is the hardest part of pursuit?
Oh, definitely the wall. I just didn't think I was going to be able to get over. It was terrible.
It looked hard work.
Yeah, it really is. I'm knacked now.
Tracy, can we just bring in John Anderson? Just clarify the scores for us, Johnny.
Yes, the position is that if you complete the course successfully without any infringements, you get 10 points. However, unfortunately, in this case, Tracy, you had your foot down twice at the balance beam, so your total points are 8.
So she scored 8 points. Well done, Tracy. Thank you, John.
So after the first event, Melanie yet to score, Tracy has 8. Next, it's the men.
First up is Brian. And he's going to be pursued by Cobra. And next up is Jeff. And he's going to be pursued by the Raider.
Raider, another tough new gladiator making his first appearance. If he's as good as his stats, he'll be okay.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Lifeguard Jeff Kenyon in red, Navy man Brian in blue, and you may notice the yellow markers on the corners of the balance beams. Contenders have to touch each of these with a foot to stay within the rules. And every foot on the floor, a point penalty, just like that from Jeff. Oh, Jeff stumbles. As Brian hits the hand ladder first, Jeff recovers his momentum. Raider is hard on his tail. In fact, Raider's shaping up for a strike at Jeff. Oh, Raider's lost it. Brian sprinting into the lead, obeys the rules. He takes the wire bridge furthest from him. Both men make short work of the skin blistering bridge. Gladiators right out of the frame, scuttling under the web trap like a couple of tarantulas. High wall next. Jeff hauls himself to the top and into the lead. Jeff incredibly quick on the ground, extending his lead. Oh, he's lost it! Sucked into the quicksand of the second web trap. Brian Richardson sprints to the finish and snatches the win. Quite remarkable. Brian's wife, Julie, can't believe it. Neither can his proud parents.
Well done, Brian.
In the replay, we can see Jeff shapes to long jump the web trap, but that trailing foot sends him a perler.
Well done, Brian. Joss got there. Tell me, did you know that Jeff had gone down?
Oh yeah, I happened to glance left just as we come out of the little web on the deck there. I thought, oh no, unlucky for Jeff, but I took advantage of it and steamed home. Had to get my skates on. Cobber was right at me, right behind me.
Yeah, wasn't he? Let's bring John Anderson just to clarify the scores. Johnny.
Yes, John. In this case, I'm delighted to be able to tell you that Brian had no infringements and scored the full 10 points.
So 10 points! Well done, Brian!
Unfortunately, that is not the case with Jeff. Although he scored 5 points for finishing second, 4 points are deducted because of the infringements, and he is left with 1 point.
Thanks very much, Johnny.
Whoa. Well, Brother Neil has got the ump with that decision.
We've just heard what the referees had to say. I'd say I'm very disappointed because you worked incredibly hard.
I was a bit unlucky there. It was my best event in training. I never came off the beam in training, but I was a bit unlucky tonight. Still got 1 point, though.
I know, it's all that paratroop training you've had. You've done assault courses up to your ears, haven't you?
That's right, I have, yeah. So I was a bit nervous, so slipped in a couple of places, but I'll just keep my head up and do as best I can on the next event.
Never mind, Jeff. More events to come. Let's see for Jeff and Raider.
Well, after one event, the audience are really pumped up here. So's Raider. Well, it's a bit early to give it up, son. You've only just started. After one event in the men's, Jeff's on 1, Brian's on 10.
So now it's on with our next event, which is one of your all-time favourites. Standing at the foot of the wall, it's Tracy. And she's going to be chased by Amazon. Also raring to go, it's Melanie. And she's going to be pursued by Nightshade.
Well, a debut event for Amazon, world-famous medal-winning Olympian, and looking to prove she's just as awesome out of the water. As the contenders contemplate their climb, here's what Melanie has to say about appearing on Gladiators.
The toughest gladiator of them all is definitely Nightshade. You know, just by a past record, because I've read up all about them and I know she was a taekwondo expert and she was in the Olympic Games. So, yes, I'm not really looking forward to battling with Nightshade because I know she's going to mean business. But if you want to throw Hunter at me or Trojan, I'll have a go anytime.
And who can blame her?
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
The only way is up. First to the top gets 10, second gets 5. Melanie in the pink and Tracy in the yellow, hoping to get as much wall between themselves and our 2 Olympian gladiators in 7 seconds. Here comes trouble. Nightshade is on Melanie. Amazon is on Tracy. And what's happened to Melanie? Looks like she stopped to enjoy the view. An easy sculpt there for Nightshade. Melanie's daughter, Ronnie, wondering what came over her mum. Amazon's got a piece of Tracy, and it looks like we're in for a grueling test of grips here. And look at that determination. She's not letting go. Her dad and daughter, Kerry, willing her to hang on. And it looks like Tracy's set up a base camp on that wall. She's not going to be shifted. There's Nightshade screaming advice to Amazon. Time is running out. And Amazon taking her advice. She's changed her grip. She's gone for the harness. It's so close. Oh, she stripped her on the timeout. Well, it's too close for me to call. I don't know about you at home. Tracy's family don't know. There's Tracy's other half. Does he know? No, he doesn't know. Only one person does, and that's Uli.
Well, Tracy, that was tremendously exciting. I mean, you were holding on for what must have seemed like hours, and it seemed to me as if you were still holding on when the whistle blew, but what do you feel?
Oh, I don't know, I just keep a hold, don't let go. They were shouting at the top, hang on, I'm hanging on.
In fact, you got a better grip, didn't you, Amazon? You first had her foot and then you got hold of her harness.
That's right, she's a long way up there, so I had hold of her foot and I just couldn't quite reach, so I jumped near the end. I thought I'd just go for it, and I managed to get hold of the back of her harness here and then pulled her off.
Well, there's only one man who can have the final result and the final say, John Anderson. You've seen it back on tape. What's the verdict?
Well, Ulrika, it was very tight. I've checked the video, and I'm delighted to be able to tell you that the whistle went before Tracy came off the
5 points, Tracy. How do you feel about that?
Oh, it was
5 of the hardest points she'll ever earn. After 2 events, Melanie's still to score. Tracy's on 13.
Now we move into the men's wall and contemplating the 36-foot climb. It's Brian. He's going to be chased by the Cobra. Also on the start line, it's Jeff. And he's going to be pursued by Hunter.
Let's do it.
Well, there's Jeff eyeing up the wall. And here's what Brian thought when he first saw it himself.
When I first come into the arena, I thought, why have they taken all those handholds off the wall? How are we going to get up there? What a silly thing to do.
3, 2, 1.
So it's Jeff in the reds and Brian nearest to us in the blue. And he seems to be clawing his way into the lead as the Gladiators have fired into action, and Hunter, like a bullet out of a gun, straight on his prey, rips Jeff from the wall. Hunter's certainly not come to mess about this season. Completely ruthless. Back to the action, Cobra neatly snaking his way up the wall. Brian on for 10 points. If he gets to the top, Cobra strikes. And Brian is in a dither. He's got to find a better grip, and Cobra's got him. He takes him off the wall, and it was so close. The Gladiators keep a clean sheet.
Well, Jeff, having been in the RAF, I would have thought you'd have had a head for heights, but you looked very hesitant there.
Well, I got a good start, but Hunter was too fast for me. He's been training hard, and he's looking good.
You certainly are. 100%.
Yeah, well, you know, I've been training hard all year, and this year I feel like I can fly up that thing, so they've got to be good to get by.
You look very, very light on your feet. Never mind, Jeff. A few more events to go. Jeff and Hunter! And I suppose you're pleasantly surprised that just at the very end you managed to catch him.
Yeah, I got hold of his shoe and I wasn't going to let it go. I thought he was nearly away from me there, but I tried my hardest, and fortunately I caught the fella.
You must be desperately disappointed, Brian. We were all egging you.
I was that close, Riga. God.
You were almost rubbing noses with Fash, right?
I know, yeah. He kept going, go on, reach up, reach up. I had to reach up with him, I can make sure.
Oh, well, one or two more events. Brian and Cobra.
So after 2 events in the men's, the scores remain exactly the same.
So it's 2 down, 3 to go, plus the eliminator. Join us after the break here on Gladiators.
Welcome back. This is one of our new games of the series.
Yes, the contender has 30 seconds to try and heave the Gladiator out of that circle. They both have a one-handed grip on a dog bone, and it's 10 points up for grabs.
And the first up is Melanie. And she's going to be pulling against Falcon. Over to John Anderson.
The weight-to-height ratio is crucial in this event, and as you can see, Melanie 5'5" and 139 pounds. That means she's giving away 2 inches and 8 pounds to Falcon.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Melanie straight to work, swings her round like a rag doll. And Melanie showing Falcon no respect. Who'd have thought she was that easy to pull? 10 points.
Good going. Made it look easy.
I quite like that game.
Are there any tricks, any hints you can give us at some of the other contenders?
It's a private secret.
OK, well done. You got yourself your 10 points. Let's hear it for Melanie. Falcon, that's a difficult one.
Well, John, out of all the games in Gladiators, and believe me, there are a lot, this is definitely one of the hardest. You know, she had a lot of strength there, but, you know, I'm working on tactics here, and hopefully next time I'm going to be a lot stronger. Thank you.
Thanks. Let's hear it for Falcon.
Well, that's ruffled the Falcon's feathers.
And next up, pulling for those valuable points, is Tracy. And she's going to be pulling against a Panther. Over to John Anderson.
Studying the stats, Tracy at 5'6", the same height as Panther, but with a 4-pound advantage. But let's face it, Panther's no pushover.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready! 3, 2, 1!
And Tracy putting that weight to good use. Like a terrier with that dog bone. Panther trying to take a claws in. Oh, she's gone! Well, isn't life a drag? It certainly is for Panther.
Tracy, magnificent. Well done.
Thanks very much. That's finished. Thank God for that.
Do you think it's possible for the Gladiators to be able to stay in?
I think it's all on weights, really. We're about roughly the same weight. It's going to be hard.
Well done. You got yourself 10 points. Panther. Oh, now Panther, I saw you. You were psyching yourself up early on. You were ready, weren't you?
Oh boy, was I ready. But a lot of these games are stacked in the favour of, against the contender, like Powerball and Gauntlet. They're here for the ultimate challenge, and we wanted an ultimate challenge too. That's our ultimate challenge. It's early days yet, and I'm going to be there, and I will be ready.
There you are. Let's hear for Panther.
Oh, the beefcakes again, guys.
After 3 events, Melanie's on 10, Tracy's on 23. It's the men next.
And the first up is Jeff. And he's going to be trying to pull 20 stone of the mighty Warrior.
Well, Jeff's a lifeguard, and it looks like he needs someone to go in to rescue him. He's carrying a hefty 13 stone plus, but it's nothing compared to the gargantuan Warrior. Jeff's giving away 6 inches in height and a massive 7 stone in weight.
Ready!
Rather him than me.
Gladiator, ready! 3, 2, 1!
Well, Jeff literally has to move a mountain if he's to score in this event. And Jeff getting to work, going round in circles at the moment. Maybe his game plan is to get the Warrior dizzy. If nothing else, he's getting in a few laps of jogging. Looks like a foregone conclusion to me. Oh, Warrior's wrong-footed! Jeff's achieved the impossible. 20 stone of Warrior. Heaved into touch, and don't the fans love it? David has beaten Goliath.
You just moved 20 stone of the Warrior. Tell us, how did you do it?
Just had to keep running around with him, John. He's a very, very strong guy. But I came out on tops there.
Well, you looked like you were struggling early on because he wasn't going anywhere.
That's right, John. Like I said, he's a very strong guy. There's no way I was going to pull him off balance by just leaning back. I had to run around with him. I just give him my best shot.
Got yourself 10 points. Well done, Jeff. Big man. You were ready for him. You were psyched up. You had a plan there, and it almost worked. What happened?
My feet went from underneath me, John, and this carpet is really, really slippy. And that's not an excuse, that's the truth.
Hey, there's a few people out there thinking it could be an excuse, but tell us.
No, it is, it really is. Once I've gone on my bottom then, these lightless shorts, they just slide right along the carpet and you've no chance.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, I think so.
That's true.
Let's hear it for the mighty Warrior!
Well, did he slip or was he pulled? I think he was pulled, but don't tell Warrior I said that.
And next up, it's Brian! And unlucky for him, because he's going to be pulling against the Rhino!
Making his debut on Gladiators.
Over to John Anderson.
And Brian is going to need every ounce of his 14 stones in the whiplash ring against new boy Rhino, who carries more than a 3 stone advantage. He may be 5'10" high, but he's 9 foot wide.
Ready! Gladiator, ready!
Whoa, scares me. Oh, scares her too.
3, 2, 1!
Well, 10 points at stake, and Brian's got 30 seconds in which to earn them. And if Rhino's suffering from nerves on his debut television performance, he's certainly not showing them. And Rhino playing Brian like a trout on a hook. And Brian desperately trying to copy Jeff's runaround technique, but I think he's going to need one of those four-wheel drive vehicles to shift this Rhino from the ring. A very impressive performance from Rhino, sticking his ground. He's in control, and it's time up. Rhino establishing himself very early on, but he's a gladiator to be reckoned with. No score there.
He's one tough guy, 6 foot, 9 foot wide.
I think my arm is about 2 foot longer now.
Did you ever think he was going to go?
Oh, he's solid, good gladiator, solid man. I'm like that now, look.
He's not somebody you want to come up against.
Oh, no.
No points, Brian. Rhino. Yes, very popular. Yes. You can make this game your own. What were your tactics?
He was fast. He was getting tiring. The last 10 seconds were really tiring. I couldn't wait for the whistle to go. We've been practicing it backstage. I'm going to make this my game.
You certainly are. Let's hear it for Rhino!
All that muscle and an Elvis impression too. He's already a favourite with the crowd and with the contenders. He came, he saw, he conquered, and he brought his own T-shirt. After 3 events, Jeff's on 11, Brian stays on 10. On to our next event.
Standing at the foot of the pyramid, it's Tracy and Melanie. And tonight, they're facing Lightning and Nightshade. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Well, nearly. Lightning pulling her socks up.
3, 2, 1.
Lightning facing off Melanie, Nightshade putting on Tracy. They've got 60 seconds to reach the top. First to the summit scores 10, second picks up 5. And it's Lightning striking and earths Melanie with a crash dive to the mat and a good recovery from Lightning. Great speed. Nightshade gives Tracy a hand to the foot of the pyramid. And Lightning covering Melanie launches herself at her. Tracy tries to give Nightshade the slip. She's having none of that, thank you very much. Both contenders are gulping in the oxygen, and who can blame them? In this event, they take more dives than Jacques Cousteau. Lightning facing off Melanie again. That must get her down, and so must that! Head first, she's okay. Nightshade clinging on to Tracy. That's a real tussle. And Nightshade is going to win again. On the other side, it's that same old story. Wherever Tracy goes, Lightning looms over her like a dark cloud. Looks like the Gladiators are going to keep a clean sheet. Good work. Well, this event all about speed and stamina, and in that battle, Lightning showed she's got buckets of both. After 4 events, scores stay the same. Melanie 10, Tracy 23.
Now we move into the men's pyramid with Jeff and Brian. And facing them tonight is Trojan and Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Hunter's preying on Jeff, and Trojans to do battle with Brian. Jeff stepping right, using Brian for cover. Brian parried away by Trojan, but Hunter's got the measure of Jeff. Hunter's law on the pyramid, churn 'em and burn 'em. Oh, there's John Anderson quietly advising Hunter to release his captive, and Jeff's free. Oh, the portside Navy man Brian thrown smartly onto the deck. Good recovery by Hunter, wrapped his man up. Oh, and sends the lifeguard on another dive. Oh, 2 twists and a bite there. And Jeff back for more. I don't know if Trojan's trying to tussle or tangle up there, but Brian's coming back for more. Well, they might not be dancing, but they're certainly getting on down, and Hunter proving what goes up must come down. John Anderson calmly reminding Hunter of the rules. And Jeff desperately trying to outsprint Hunter. Rugby tackles him into touch. And still Jeff comes back for more. He's tough and tenacious. All he hasn't got is time. In the replay, Brian was dragged down to Davy Jones' locker, but was clearly the fastest to recover. Shame he wasn't fastest up the pyramid. And Trojan on target.
Brian Trojan really did some terrific work there.
I was trying to make like Julie Andrews there, but he caught me. He's fast, yeah. Almost slipped away.
The nice thing is, both of you still got a smile on your faces. Let's hear it for Brian and Jeff.
Well, Trojan, when you came down the pyramid, you raced down there.
I raced down, I raced back up. Had a bit of a head start. I've dropped a lot of weight this year. I managed to catch up with him and rip him down.
I don't know how on earth you managed to catch up with him, because he was on his way, Trojan.
Yeah, he was on for a victory, but this time, he's at the bottom of the pyramid with the rest of the pharaohs.
Well done. Thank you, Trojan. Hunter, tell me, up and down rolling, how did that feel?
Well, John, I've had a few good rolls in the hay before, but nothing quite like that.
Hunter, thanks very much. It's here for the Huntsman and Trojan.
That display of pyramid power by the Gladiators means the scores remain the same.
First up, it's Melanie. And unfortunately for her, she's facing Lightning.
Lightning, always a favourite with the crowd, gymnastic, graceful and gorgeous. But behind all that glamour lies a gritty, determined gladiator. 9 pounds lighter than her opponent, but it don't mean a thing when Lightning's on the ring. Melanie will score 10 points if she reaches this platform, or 5 for hanging tough in the scoring zone when the referee blows time. Lightning, one of the finest exponents of hang tough, and looking comfortable. Which is more than can be said for Melanie, the market trader from Whitstable, trained at Canterbury Prison, and needs a plan of escape now. Anything to evade a Lightning leg lock. Lightning just waiting for the right swing. Moves in, locks her up, perfect mat finish.
Good effort.
In the replay, just look how Lightning keeps the contender in check all the time, bides her time, then snaps into action, locks her up, takes her down.
Next up is Tracy. And she's going to be hanging tough against Jet.
Jet, a great favourite, a gymnast, dancer, presenter and a guitarist, it seems. Looks in good shape to me, but 6 pounds lighter than her opponent. But up there, as I just said, it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Jet's a real high flyer in this event. 3 seasons previous experience to fall back on, although fall's probably not the best word to use in the circumstances. Tracy Fulthorpe from Gateshead and mother of 4 looks to be directly in the Jet's flight path. There's the body scissors, Jet's locked on, but Tracy's going to take some shifting. Look at that determination. Superb display of sheer strength by Tracy. And Jet fighting for a better hold. It's only a matter of time. Tracy is not going to give up without a fight. And Jet has stripped her from the ring. Eat that, baby. Another one bites the dust. And Tracy's boys not best pleased with that result for their mum. But the audience love it.
Tracy, she got hold of you too early in the game. You couldn't possibly have held on to the end, could you?
I thought I made it, John. I'm just going to have a go. I started off wrong, went the wrong way. I knew I couldn't change direction, so I thought I'd just hang on for it.
Well, it was great to see you up there anyway. Let's hear it for Tracy. And Jet, once again, total success. You knew what you were doing.
I did know what I was doing. I thought, I want that ring, and she was on it. I've got to tell you, she was so strong.
Incredibly.
Strong. So that's the name of the game, though, if you can actually try and hang tough. And she, apart from Jean Clank as well, have been 2 of the closest girls to doing that. Well done.
Let's hear it for Jet. Well done.
Jean Clenk, of course, the women's 1993 Gladiator champion. After 5 grueling events, Melanie's on 10, Tracy 23.
So now we move into the men's event with Jeff. And thank goodness there's only one, Saracen.
Yes, Saracen, a long-reigning king of the rings, undefeated in hang tough, and 44 pounds heavier than his opponent. Saracen swings out, determined to keep his 100% record in this event. Saracen always keeps one eye on the contender and the other on the next ring. Oh, and Saracen has swung past him. Can Jeff take advantage of this mistake? Saracen's righted it now. Oh, and Jeff goes for the long one. Oh, Saracen's in. You can't turn your back on Saracen for 1 second. Oh, and lifesaver Jeff takes the plunge. And the mighty Saracen maintains that impressive 100% record in this event.
Thanks for a brilliant game of hang tough. My goodness, you must have been quaking in your boots when you saw him swinging towards you at first.
Well, Ollie, I thought I had him for about 2 seconds, but before I knew it, he was right on top of me. And he just said to me, he says, you can either come down or you can go down hard. So I took the easy option.
You're a nasty piece of work, aren't you?
No, I'm the nice guy. The nasty boy's going to go up next.
Oh.
That's right. He did very well. He had me worried there. He swung past me. I was on the wrong, he was behind me, had to swing round. It was a nice chase and I just caught him. He was on his way to my platform, but I made sure that my record on hang tough is safe.
Well, thanks for a great game. Jeff and Saracen, well done.
Very good.
Well, yes, they're all here tonight. Alfred Hitchcock, Mike Tyson, Noel Edmonds. Who let him in? Even a cardboard version. He's meanest. He's the baddest. And certainly the wiggliest. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wolfman! And I wonder what Brian thinks about facing the Wolf.
And in the men, I'm quite happy. Whoever it's going to be, whoever I face, so be it. But Nightshade frightens me.
Next up, it's Brian. And unfortunately, he's facing the nasty Wolfman.
Well, let's hope he swings better on the rings than he does in the disco. But according to his stats, the Wolf's got a 16-pound weight advantage over Brian. He's ready. Everyone in the arena is screaming for Brian to make a monkey out of the Wolf. But there's no one to touch the Wolfman when it comes to stalking your prey. Brian, tentative, making no real progress. And Wolf, the man with the plan, in he goes, body scissors! Sneaks round on the blind side, and Brian's had it, as they say in the trade. Come on down.
Well, it was his game.
I thought I slipped the Wolf quickly there, but, you know, not in a biblical sense, of course, but I thought I slipped past him on there, but he was quick on the move as well. Fast man. A very fast man indeed.
Certainly has lived up to his reputation, and I might say, being surprisingly nice this evening.
Hey, listen, this guy, you want to believe what sport he is. I've got a torn leg bicep, and he said to me backstage, he said, if you catch me and we fall together, I'm going to push you away from me so you don't hurt yourself. What a sport.
That was very nice.
She'll need a wash after that. Oh, Brian wants a piece of the action now. Luckily, his wife sees the funny side. After 5 events, Jeff stays on 11, Brian on 10.
So the Eliminator is looming. Don't you dare go away. Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Time. Now, in the women's competition, Melanie's on 10 points, Tracy's ahead on 23. That's a 13-point difference, which will give Tracy a 6.5-second head start. Fashes with the girls.
Okay, Melanie, we just heard you've got 6.5 seconds to make up. Can you do it? And if you can do it, where do you think you're going to make it up?
I'm going to try to chip away on it at every event, because 6.5 seconds is quite a lot to make up on one thing, but hopefully I'll just keep going and going and going and going and going.
Okay, Tracy, 6.5 seconds. Now, normally that's enough. Is it for you?
Well, it normally would be, but I mean, anything can happen today. I'm a bit worried about the travelator. I'm going to try and just take it as it comes today and see what happens.
Okay, Tracy, Melanie, both of you, all the best.
Tracy, you will go on my first whistle. Melanie, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Tracy, a Gateshead mother of 4 and part-time hairdressing student, as if this isn't enough to make your hair curl by itself. High and low beams. Here comes Melanie. And Tracy making the most of her 6.5-second head start. As she makes her way over to the overhead ladder, requiring great upper body strength. And Melanie struggling on that rope. Tracy across the rolling beams and onto that strength-sapping cargo net. And as we look down on this aerial position, you can see that Melanie is a long way behind, struggling on the overhead ladder. And as Melanie attacks the cargo net, it would be all too easy to say it's a foregone conclusion, but as you know on Gladiators, it ain't over till it's over. Tracy lands safely, her boyfriend looking calm. And she is composed as she takes her time to line up for the balance beam. She wants to do this in one take so she can line up her preparation for the travelator. Melanie's caught up some ground. She's hot on her tail. And here she comes. The mother of 4 from Gateshead pumps up the travelator, grabs the rope, and she's our first quarter finalist. And finally, her boyfriend is excited. He's on his feet. Melanie has been a tremendous contender. And she knows the crowd have been right behind her. She apologises. There's no need to apologise. She did us proud.
Well, congratulations, Tracy. All the support of the housewives out there obviously helped, didn't it?
Yeah, us housewives are really strong women, aren't we?
I don't think anybody would argue with that. And the travelator, that didn't give you any problems at all, did it?
Yeah, I've been trying not to let it get to us, mate. Just go on there and just do it. And I did it.
Well done. Congratulations, Tracy!
Melanie, it's been a tough day.
Oh, they always are.
Have you enjoyed yourself? That's the most important thing.
It's been an experience, yeah.
You've had some terrific fans behind you who've come up to give you some great support, and your children as well.
Can I just say thanks ever so much? Sorry, I didn't mean to let you down. I tried.
You tried your best. Melanie blew it. Let's hear it for her.
And the girls being commiserated and congratulated by the fans here at the indoor arena. Next up, it's the gentlemen. And Jeff ahead by 1 point. That converts to half-a-second head start on the Eliminator. Over to Uli.
Well, Jeff's points have earned him a half-a-second head start. How do you think you're going to do, Brian?
Well, I think I'd rather have a game of uckers at this stage of the game instead of doing this, but...
You keep mentioning uckers. What on earth is that?
Uckers, a very dangerous naval game that sailors play in a mess deck. bit like Ludo, really, isn't it? But it gets a bit rough, I'll tell you. A bit rough.
Oh, have it your way then. Jeff, half a second. It's not much in it, really.
Not really, not when you're up against a guy as fit as Brian. Got a lot of respect for the guy. Done some good training together. I've got a half-second head start. I've trained very hard. I'm going to give it my best shot.
And you're normally quite good at assault courses. The very best of luck to the two of you, and see you at the end. Good luck. Over to John Anderson.
Jeff, you will go on my first whistle. Brian, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
And they're off. Oh, Jeff stopped. Well, he's looking at John Anderson. He must have thought that John Anderson had stopped it with a second whistle, and Brian has now snatched the lead. But it's early days here on the Eliminator. Up the ropes, and the men are on the hand bites. And this is really strength sapping. And tremendous support here at the National Indoor Arena as Jeff and Brian are neck and neck. This one's going to the wire. The one who gets to the top first takes the furthest away zip line. And in this case, it's Brian. Oh, this is a close one. But it's Brian who lands first, much to the relief of his wife. She's going through it too. Brian is first onto the balance beam, and Jeff is just a step behind him. Who's got the punch and the power to get up the travelator? Oh, how disappointing. Jeff has stumbled, but so has Brian. He picks himself up, he grabs the rope, and he's a first quarter-finalist for the men's. And the wife is ecstatic. And Jeffrey has been a tremendous contender, but someone has got to come second.
What a race!
Oh, that was right down to the wire, John, wasn't it?
Oh, he pushes to the limit.
Oh, we've been so even all week in training. Superb, and he had to push me then, I'll tell you.
Do you realise he actually fell at the travelator?
I was watching. Eyes in the boat, we have a saying. I was focused, looking up. Enjoyed that.
Congratulations. Well done, Brian! What a winner!
Well, Jeff, I'm not quite sure what to say. I'm quite speechless. You were thrown a little bit, perhaps, at the beginning with the whistle.
Yeah. What happened was when he blew it second time, I thought he was wanting us to stop because I started off too quick. But still, every credit to Brian. He beat me fair and square. The better man won on the day.
Well, you were a terrific man, and I'm sure your supporters agree.
Yeah. Just like to thank all my supporters for coming down.
Let's hear it for Jeff Kenyon. Terrific first show, and what a brilliant eliminator.
It was absolutely fantastic, but I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot more of that on next week's show here on the Gladiators.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
Jim Bowen and Tony Green are here to treat us to a retro revival next on Challenge with Bullseye. And then tonight at 9, you've got to nail the knowledge, the tactics and the finances if you want to bring down the chaser. Bradley Walsh returns with The Chase.